Good evening, madam. Today I will presenting about the topic discrimination which I choose for my project. The first question is how I narrate down the topic for my choice. Firstly, by listing down the relevant ideas and then reading article and then by searching in the internet. And lastly, choosing one topic based on the gathered information. Second question is identify the tested statement of the essay and recognize the pattern. Discrimination is the act of making unjustified between human beings. It based on the groups, classes, or the category. The pattern I use is it's about the things of evidence to prove discrimination and then list down the each since according using suitable translation signal and then give relevant explanation and example based on the topic needs. For the concluding sentence in paragraph 2, all the employees not allowed to work as part of a social media marketing team. In paragraph 2, discriminatory put people with specific categories at the disadvantage. In paragraph 4, the victim see the conduct more important than how the Hester see it. In paragraph 5 is pretext the woman should not fault their beauty. Women in many communities. For the suitable translation signal I use in paragraph 1 is as well as other. I'm using this because to tell the categories. In paragraph 2, the first one. I use this because to tell my first point. In paragraph 3, secondly, but an example. Secondly, I use secondly because to start my second point, and then for an example, I use for this because to give the example for my points. In paragraph 2, thirdly, I use this because to start my third point. In paragraph 5, lastly and because. Lastly, I use this because to give a last point for the paragraph. And then the topic sentence and supporting detail. Relevant example, unique I use in paragraph 3 is direct discrimination. Direct discrimination is where somebody has been treated differently or worse than other employee. In paragraph 3, direct discrimination. Direct discrimination is a less obvious type of discrimination than direct discrimination. In paragraph 3, unstatement. Unstatement in unwanted conduct related to a protect characteristic. In paragraph 4, sex discrimination. Sex discrimination involves treating someone and apply or employ. For the conclusion, discrimination all of kind can negative affect relationship, employment, and quality of life. And then addressing discrimination in individual, use language that let them know what could be better. Lastly, will people of discrimination their discriminatory behavior may help them feel more confident in their ability to change their behavior. That's all for me. Thank you.
A warm greeting to Madam Nadia. My name is Shakti Ramesh, and for English for academic writing, the topic I have chosen for my essay is Universities are becoming business driven. How to narrow down the topic of your choices. I narrowed down the topic of my choices by I searched in internet. I read a lot of articles based on universities and their financial status, and I listed down relevant ideas so you can come up with many points. And then I choose one suitable topic based on the gathered information. for the thesis statement for my essay is, their universities' concern is just on rising their financial status, and they do not care about the type of graduates they produce. Based on my topic, this is what thesis statement I came up with. And the pattern used is, for my essay, the pattern I used is, I wrote about the signs of universities are becoming business driven. I listed each sign accordingly using suitable transition signals, and I gave relevant explanations and examples based on the topic's need. The concluding sentence for paragraph 1 is, all they want is money and improved financial status. Because on my first point, I'll be telling about what is their financial status importance, and that's why that's my concluding sentence. And for paragraph 2, it's comes with cash benefit for the teachers, and it's not clear how students gain knowledge from these courses. For my third paragraph, it's, but we all have to know that some of it is too much excessive. For paragraph 4 is, as much as foreign students join, the more money they get. The suitable transition signals I used is, for the first paragraph, I used but in this situation and other words. I used but because I had to differentiate different two statements, and I used in this situation because I had to explain the situation, and I used in other words to rearrange the statement in a more understanding arrangement. For paragraph 2, I use this includes, moreover, and because. I use this includes because I had to include another statement in the original statement, and I used moreover to explain more of my point, and I used because to give examples. For paragraph 3, I used secondly, in addition, but, and for example. I used secondly because I had to start my second point, and in addition, I had to add another explanation for it. And I used for example to give suitable examples which can support my point. For my fourth paragraph is thirdly, and worst of all. I used thirdly to start my third point. I used worst of all to explain a very bad situation. And in my last paragraph, I used to conclude all above, and most importantly, I used to conclude all above because I had to conclude each of my point on top, and I used most importantly to highlight an important message. And the topic sentence I used for the points I used in my essay is, the first point is commercial courses. It says that university takes more seriousness about paying classes and less attention is given to regular courses. That's my example. And for paragraph 3 is excessive construction. It says about the high modern facilities in universities which are too excessive. And I give examples such as, they have residents that look like hotels, they have classic stadiums, and they have lazy rivers which are very expensive. And for paragraph 4, my point was preference of international students. The supporting idea I gave is, it's because international students have a higher tuition fee compared to local students. So the much more foreign students join, the more money they will get. In conclusion, education is an important tool in everyone's life. Education should not be something that centralizes business and money making, because people who don't have money they also have the rights to get proper education. Education should be something which is free and fun to learn for every human being, and they should get a chance to show their ability. That's all from me, madam. Thank you.
Good evening, madam. Today I will be presenting about the topic two stages of a person's life, which I have chosen in this assignment. So for the first question, how do I narrow the topic of my choice is to let people know what are the important stages of everyone's life, and I narrow down the benefits of having a healthy childhood and adulthood in every person's life. Moreover, I have wrote down at what age this childhood and adulthood stage happens and what are the changes that people will be facing and will go through during that period. The thesis statement that I have used is to explain what are the importance of these stages that happens in every person's life. For the concluding sentence in paragraph 1 is about childhood stage, which happens when a person born seems at age 0 to 13 years old, and for the adulthood stage that happens at beginning age of 20 years old until 40 years old. Transition signals are used to signal relationship between ideas in our writing. For the fifth question about the suitable transition signals that I have used in my essay is firstly, moreover, besides, and finally. For the topic sentences of paragraph 1, it clearly explains that childhood stage is where a person gathers stay with them throughout their entire life. The example given in paragraph 1 is at the stage of being a child, people learn about right values and principles that become a successful person in future. In paragraph 2, it clearly explained that an adulthood stage is where happens a process of fully growth and maturity in human. The example given in paragraph 2 is adulthood improves full physical and intellectual maturity in every person. Lastly, for the conclusion, it is a must to everyone to know what is stages of a person's life and its function according to the stages, so that every person will learn how to responsible and enjoy their lives at the same time. Knowing about stages of life will help people to think on how to develop their lives and future to make their life easy. That's all from me, madam. Thank you.